The man who talked his way into a murder trial. 5 shocking takeaways from the Tupac case. For nearly 30 years, the murder of Tupac Shakur existed as a dark, permanent fixture of American folklore, a high-stakes whodunit that the legal system seemed content to leave frozen in time. But the indictment of Dwayne "Keefe D. Davis has transformed this cold case into a surreal display of legal suicide, in a move that defies every tenet of criminal self-preservation. The primary evidence in this trial doesn't come from a smoking gun or a deathbed confession from a rival. It comes from the defendant's own mouth, delivered via a decade-long media tour fueled by a desperate thirst for relevance. Davis, charged with murder with a deadly weapon with the intent to promote a criminal gang, isn't just facing a jury, he's facing his own bibliography. As an investigative journalist watching this unfold, it's clear this isn't just a trial. It's a reckoning for a man who mistook street cred for legal immunity. Here are the 5 most shocking takeaways from the opening of the Tupac murder trial. 1. The evidence is a confession tour powered by hubris. The prosecution's case is a masterpiece of, he said it, so we're charging it. This isn't a case built on forensic breakthroughs, but on Davis's apparent inability to remain silent. The prosecution argues that Davis spent years narrating his alleged role in the 1996 shooting across podcasts, documentaries, and a memoir. The timeline reveals a staggering arc of self-incrimination. 2008, Davis was picked up on a narcotics trafficking fee. To save his own skin, he entered a secret proffer with a task force investigating the death of Christopher Notorious B.I.G. Wallace, offering up Tupac information as a bargaining chip. 2009. He sat for a formal interview with Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, LVMPD detectives, 2018. He went national on the Bet documentary series Death Row Chronicles, 2019. He published his memoir Compton Street Legend, essentially providing the state with a pre-written opening statement. The media reception of this confession tour has been one of utter disbelief. As one commentator on the Law and Crime sidebar noted while reacting to the defendant's media appearances, "Me and my big fucking mouth. He is literally blaming himself. He's done fucking podcasts and shit." 2. The Diddy link and the stolen chain retribution. To understand the motive, you have to understand the toxic intersection of 90s hip-hop and gang politics. The prosecution didn't just frame this as a street brawl, they framed it as a byproduct of the East Coast-West Coast war. Opening statements revealed that Davis and his associate, Zip Martin, were connected to Sean Puffy Combs and Bad Boy Entertainment. Davis reportedly acted as unofficial security for the Bad Boy camp whenever they headed west, positioning him directly against Suge Knight's Death Row Records. The spark that lit the fuse was deceptively small. The chain. Tensions erupted over a stolen Death Row Records chain. The public humiliation. On the 7th of September 1996, after the Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand, Tupac and Suge Knight's crew caught Davis's nephew, Orlando Anderson, in the lobby. The video. The subsequent beating of Anderson was captured on video, a public recorded humiliation that, in Davis's world, made retribution mandatory. 3. The logistics of the white Cadillac. The prosecution is presenting Davis not as the gunman, but as the facilitator, the architect who provided the means for the execution. They've identified the 4 men in the infamous white Cadillac: Terrence T. Brown, Brown, driver, DeAndre, Big Dre, Smith, rear, driver, side. Orlando Anderson, rear passenger side, and Keefe D, front passenger. According to the state, Davis secured the murder weapon from Zip Martin and made sure his crew was armed and ready. The narrative suggests a chilling level of intent. During the opening statement, the prosecutor highlighted Davis's own admission regarding the missed opportunity to pull the trigger himself. Dwayne Davis says that if they were on his side of the car, he would have shot them himself. But because they were on the other side, he handed it to DeAndre Smith. 4. The defence's Saul Goodman strategy. Defense attorney Michael Sam is leaning into a strategy that is as cynical as it is pragmatic, functioning almost like a real-life Saul Goodman. The defence is essentially arguing that their client is a pathological liar whose confessions are nothing more than fiction sold for profit. The defence highlights 3 massive craters in the prosecution's case. The ghost of physical evidence. There is no murder weapon. A gun previously tested by the LAPD amid significant friction between the 2 departments was confirmed not to be a match for the Shakur killing. The gospel truth of a book. The defence's most damning point focuses on Detective Ma, who reportedly wrote 0 reports on the case between 2017 and his retirement in 2023. Instead, he allegedly just read pages of Davis's book into the grand jury record as the gospel truth without independent verification. The tall tale. The defence argues Davis is a storyteller who made up a role in a legendary crime for money and clout, and that the state is now prosecuting a character rather than a criminal. 5. The reaction video, Meta Lens, Street Cred versus Legal Doom. We are witnessing the first meta trial of the podcast era. The reception of the case, as seen in the law and crime commentary, shows an audience viewing the proceedings through a lens of dark humour and fandom. When a commentator says, "I'm actually in his camp now, he's pretty slick," it highlights the danger of the trial becoming mere entertainment. This is the ultimate paradox of the modern gangster rap era. The very stories told to cement a legacy in hip-hop history have become a death warrant in a court of law. The jury must now decide if Davis was keeping it real on those podcasts, or if he was simply an ageing man chasing a paycheck by playing a role in a 30-year-old mystery. Conclusion. A reckoning 3 decades late. The stakes in Las Vegas go far beyond a single conviction. They represent the final chapter of hip-hop's most enduring tragedy. The prosecution has the burden of proving that Davis's big mouth was telling a truth that Detective Moore couldn't be bothered to verify. The question for the jury is simple but profound. Is this justice finally arriving for the architect of a murder, or is the state simply closing a book on a man who talked his way into a cell? In a trial where the evidence is a memoir and the primary witness is a YouTube interview, the line between street legend and convicted murderer has never been thinner.
Rolled into beer wall with his soft little mouth, trying to open a fucking badminton house. Walked into the Landsborough Tavern one night. Boys took one look and they got the name right. Blowjob lips and them big girly eyes, feminine face he could never disguise. That's why the cunt never takes off the shades. In every photo he flips his own lips like a maid. Blowjob lips, Bob Irwin, that's the name that stuck. Failed badminton center, what a useless Blowjob lips, Bob, you lying piece of rot. Station manager in past, he buried in the dirt. Biological dad left to die, he didn't give a shit. Turned a failed dream into destiny and fame, while the old people watched him play the colonial game. Spinning snake stories in 14 feet of clay. All that gammon bullshit he still spouts today. But the tavern boys clocked him from the very first beer. Soft cock energy and a mouth made for fear. Blowjob lips, Bob Irwin, that's the name that stuck. Failed badminton center, what a useless fuck. Soft mouth full of lies on unseated ground. A race in Carby country while he strutted around. Sunglasses on, lips inverted for the shot. Blowjob lips, Bob, you lying piece of rot. From the pub to the paperback, same soft-mouthed fraud, hiding behind glasses like a gutless little lord. You can invert your lips and polish every lie, but Carby country sees the truth, and it won't fucking die. Final. Blowjob lips, Bob Irwin, that's the name that stuck. Failed badminton center, what a useless fuck. Soft mouth full of lies on unseated ground. A race in Carby country while he strutted around. Sunglasses on, lips inverted for the shot. Blowjob lips, Bob, you lying piece of rot.